We've known you a long time, man.
The game locked up again.
Oh, crud, I did not time it right at all. Okay. The game feels bad for me because I don't have friends to play golf with your friends with. I just have these two that take some real interesting enjoyment out of insulting me. My feelings to them are like bubble wrap. It's meant to be popped.
Bubble wrap? But that's fun.
Does he ever listen to what I say at all?
I know.
I mean, honestly, it's like I'm talking to a brick wall sometimes. Except for a brick wall is better at listening without interrupting.
I think I might have missed out on a very critical part of this conversation.
I said, I'm stuck playing with these two who my feelings are like bubble wrap to. It's meant to be popped. And you go, yeah, but bubble wrap's fun. I'm glad to hear you don't get that much enjoyment out of popping my feelings, but still.
Sorry. Trying to get the game to work.
That excuse isn't valid all the time, okay?
It's definitely a major distraction currently.
Sometimes I forget who I am, and yeah, that becomes a problem.
That's okay. You're the robot friend.
I am the robot. Josh Neb, I got some bad news. I got crabs.
You have crabs?
I have crabs.
Me too.
Oh, great.
No friends.
I got crabs again.
I should have a... I need to find out if I can take a bird.
Yeah. There you go.
Hee-hee.
So yeah, you got the bird, I got crabs.
Nice.
Here I find myself once again on a beach with crabs. Load a crab into my gun because the crab's currently loaded in the auto gun. Whatever that thing fires at it's gonna get interesting.
Face full of crabs.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to Motor Town Behind the Wheel. Alright, we had a little bit of an issue with the YouTube stream there with stream key management, but that's alright, we fixed it. So yeah, we're going to be doing some Motor Town, and it actually got an update. So, today, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think the update was today. So yeah, we're going to be having some fun with the new stuff, and there's a lot of improvements. I mean, this game, every update continues to surprise me in a good way. So yeah, looking forward to doing this. Really quickly, can we get that fixed there? Thank you. All right. So yeah, I've got a new character just created for this. We're going to start out on level 1 here. We'll see how far we progress in this. I think everything's working. All right. Yep, there we go. There's audio. All right. Yeah, we're gonna keep multiplayer off on this. Environment day-night cycle. Let's keep that to 30 minutes. Rain. We'll keep the low. Vehicle density. I don't know if 300% is too much. Let's bring this down just in case. Just in case, we'll bring that down to 250. So basically 2.5 times the normal amount of vehicles on the road there. Alright, that looks good to me. Oh shoot, right, let's get the controller hooked up. Let's do that. I'm very professional today, everyone. Very professional. Everything was absolutely 100% ready to go here. Alright, so yeah. Got our first one there. Actually, I gotta check something here really quickly. Did we update? Did we update that for Twitch? I don't know if we did. Oh, we did. Alright, we did. Okay, thank you. Yeah, go ahead and actually just leave that up. Yeah, I don't see any harm in that. Alrighty. I think that takes care of all of this stuff. Is the game audio a little on the low side? Maybe not. Alright, so yeah, our first quest, gotta pick up a hitchhiker. Now, before, picking up hitchhikers, didn't really do anything for us. Now, with the new update that came out, picking up hitchhikers actually is, beneficial. So yeah, you know what, let's go ahead and, start, recording as well. Why not? We'll also make this into a video. Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Motor Town Behind the Wheel. We've got a fresh new character here, and we're going to be looking at some of the stuff that's in the new update here. I figured we'd start fresh for it here because some of the quests might have changed a little bit. I don't think any of them have. But in particular, we're about... excuse me there. In particular, we're about to see something that's a pretty neat addition to the game. So we're going to pick up this hitchhiker here. Of course, we're gonna have to do pretty wide turn. All right, so yeah, we're gonna pick up this hitchhiker here. And now when we pick up hitchhikers, there's actually a bit of a benefit in it. Interestingly, they didn't update the quest here with this to reflect this. Ooh, didn't quite stop behind the line there. They didn't update what happens when, you know, like the quest there with picking up hitchhikers, which is kind of, got its, right arrow. That view is going to drive me nuts. The return signal. God, every time I switch games, I have to remember what the new controls are and stuff. It's mind-boggling. In particular, this game's controls are a little bit different. Actually, isn't it like 70 kilometers per hour on this road? I think it's 70. Oh, I've got it set to manual? I don't remember setting it. Well, we'll keep it in manual transmission. I'm fine with that. I probably yeah, I had it on manual transmission for the last job I did in the game, which is a pretty it's gonna be nice to do some of the simple stuff starting from scratch here again before getting into the lengthier stuff. Oh, I should have downshifted there. I keep forgetting I have it in manual. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. It's a hitchhiker. They don't get they don't get to say much about that, you know, the comfort of the ride. They're not paying anything, or are they?
Thank you.
So interesting. It didn't happen here, but there's now a chance that picking up hitchhikers will actually give us basically coupons, and these coupons will allow us to get like a percentage off of towing jobs or refuels. I'm not sure if it counts for refuels as well. I know they mentioned tow jobs, so that's something new. Let's see if we can't trigger that. Let's see if we can't find another hitchhiker. In the meantime, though, we gotta switch to drift here. Back to comfort. So yeah. Let's see if... Yeah, they want us to drive the pickup truck next, which doesn't exactly align with what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get a coupon here from an NPC. And we gotta wait for traffic. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Here's another hitchhiker we can pick up. Alright, could you give me a ride? Yeah, we can go there. That's no problem. Whoop. Yeah, camera angles, I can't... Oh, it's left thumb. What? Which one is it again to straighten your camera? Hang on, I saw it there for a moment. It's like left button and like left joystick or something. Some of the controls, as I said in this game, are a little bit strange. But yeah, in addition to the new coupon feature to help encourage you to pick up hitchhikers and stuff and reward you for driving hitchhikers, we also now get some new vehicles, and we'll be able to take a look at those next, probably, because we're going to be in the area. GPS is not updating. Why, GPS? Why? Yeah, I completely just blew through that stop sign, but the game really does not care about stop signs that much. We also don't have the working traffic lights yet, really, so, you know. I know why games don't have working traffic lights. I can tell you why. There was a game I was playing, oh yeah, it was Firefighting Simulator, Ignite, actually. They have working traffic lights in that game, and let me tell you, the time between light changes and the way that the logic there, it's not great. It's not great. Oh, come on, we touched the box. We touched the box. We touched the box again.
Thank you.
Okay, so again, we didn't get anything. So that's our second one, and still no coupon. So interesting. Let's try again here. There's another one up ahead here. At least this is helping increase our driving rank, which is always kind of the... When you first start playing Motortown, it's the driving rank that always gets you. Alright.
Thank you.
Okay. Again, I don't think this stops matters. In real life, oh yeah, I'd be stopping every time. Every time. No exceptions. But this game kind of discourages you from kind of engaging with the traffic, because they stop where they shouldn't be stopping to let you through. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. In some ways, Motortown has the nicest drivers for you. The only problem is that it doesn't make really any sense why they're being nice to you in the way that they're being nice to you and stuff. It doesn't. But yeah, I mean... Oh, gotta shift up there. I really should just set it to automatic for now. Alright. Go past... Yeah, we want to go past the city hall there. Yeah, I was paying more attention to remembering to shift down there. And are they on the right side of the street or the left? Of course they're on the other side of the street. We're just gonna cross over. Don't do this in real life.
Thank you very much.
Still no coupons, so I'm starting to wonder at what point we start getting those coupons. Or did the coupons not actually make it in the update? Like, you know, I know they were in the beta branch of the game, but let's proceed with the mission. Let's proceed with the mission. While we're at it, actually, let's yeah, we'll pause that recording. We'll probably not be using that footage for a video just because we weren't able to get what we wanted and stuff, you know, to happen. This is the difference between a live stream and a recording. You see it here, everyone. My videos are always nicer because well, editing. Live streams, yeah, you gotta sit through some boring parts and some other bits. Oh, I did have my lights on. I can never tell if the headlights are on in this. It's kind of a pain. We'll just park right here. Put our parking brake on. Turn off engine. Oh, headlights. Okay, so we're gonna... It wants to take the pickup truck out. Alright. Yeah, we'll dismiss that. Okay. So... we gotta pick up cargo, right? I was confused. I knew what it wanted me to do, but it took so long for the map there to update that. Kind of threw me. Okay. Right, what's our cargo options? I mean, there's 6 of those, there's 1 of those. Let's just go for pay. Alright, let's not go entirely for pay. Darn, the one I was going to take just disappeared. I think we could get 2 pumpkin boxes in, right? No, we can't get 2 pumpkin boxes in. We could have gotten multiple rice in. I mean, we need to work on our driving rank anyway, so let's just take this the long way. Alright. And... oop, wrong one. Where are we heading exactly? All the way to the farm. Okay. Oh, it turned off the turn signal automatically. Right. Forgot that this does have that. Okay. Yeah, let's go to first person camera view. But yeah, there is actually some new vehicles in the game that I'm looking forward to. In particular, we can actually have proper road trains now. The vehicle length limit was increased, so yeah, you can get like free tankers. Of course, the problem is you can't really drive those free tankers. You know, well, you can, but you got, you know, when, well, we'll talk about that when we get there and stuff, because, you know, you got to wait, you got the the waypoints. I'm not going to call them way stations because technically they're not stations at all. They're, these little beacons on the signposts and stuff over certain. There's like 3 of them in the entire game. Way at most. I think it's actually 2. Maybe it is 2. Can't remember how many there are. There's like 2 way things and stuff that you got to avoid, and the game makes it extremely easy to avoid them, but at the same time it becomes kind of just an annoyance rather than an actual challenge, and so it leads you to question why it's even there if it's so easy to bypass. Especially one of them is easy to bypass. The other, it's easy to bypass, but it's more of a pain. And that's, of course, the one we're going to be encountering first. Not that it matters. We don't need to worry about way stations. We're just transporting, some stuff to a farm in a pickup truck. I wonder if we're ever going to see some more stuff with the junkyard. I'd like to see some more stuff with the junkyard. Give it a little bit more purpose. But yeah, we're just gonna go for a nice, relaxing drive. Nice and peaceful. Past the bank. There's another thing that I'd like to see. Kind of get a little bit more functionality besides the loans. It would be neat if we could, put money in the actual bank. I'm not sure why we would have to do that, though, but I've kind of got some ideas for what could work mechanic-wise for putting money in the bank and stuff. Specifically, if you put it, if you deposit it in, like, a savings account there and stuff, it can earn interest. That could be a thing. Not a very high interest rate, let's keep it realistic here. But a little bit. I mean, there was, I saw, an article that said something about, and it was someone in particular who was saying it, and I can't remember who it was who said it, but they were like, yeah, you have 500,000 US dollars in the bank, then you can live comfortably off of the interest on that. Which, I think that checks out mathematically. I think that checks out. Yeah, that sounds about right. So really, you just gotta earn $500,000 and you're good, apparently. Okay, yeah, we can successfully make our turn. The hood on this, vehicle always kind of gets me because it feels like I'm not driving straight. Probably I'm not right now. I got switch views. There we go. Now it's because of the hood. It's an angled hood, so that always messes with me. Oh, I didn't strap down my load. Oh, well, we'll just be careful. We can't really do anything about it now. We're driving. Yeah, we're just gonna slow. Oh, boy. Yeah, the one thing that I really want to see an improvement on in this game is the AI's driving and handling, specifically on this bridge. You'll have vehicles in the left lane wanting to make a right turn, and it just causes a terrible traffic jam. I'd love to see that fixed in the game. Here we are, one of the 2 waypoints. I should say wait points, just to make sure everyone understands what I mean by way. I got distracted by the blue sign. And the fact that my cargo is just lying around and back. Yeah, always tie down your cargo. This is a good example of why you don't do. That's why you should. But yeah, I mean, it's easy to avoid that waypoint. Just get off of the you know, the highway here. To get right there, just get off the highway at that point there, go in the opposite direction, and drive by the racetrack there, and then get back on the highway. And overheat if I keep it there. Oh yeah, this only has 4. Well, we'll just have to not kill it. We'll just have to watch engine temp and stuff. Really, it's amazing how this truck really doesn't do well at, you know, speeds over 100 kilometers per hour. It gets very, very squirrely in the controls. You know, I'm just barely, you know, moving the thumbstick there to try and keep it straight. Then, alright, there we go. Nope, it's starting to drift to the left again. It's probably actually going straight, it's just that the bridge isn't actually entirely straight. At the same time though, as I said, this vehicle is a little squirrely. A lot of the vehicles are. Really, the, oh shoot, what do they call it again? Oh, I better start slowing down, we're entering that curve there. Since no one's behind me, we'll just take full advantage of both lanes. Oh, we got a wrecker job there that took out a tree. Yeah, that will lose us some speed. There we go. Oh, right. I forgot to downshift. I really should just turn it on an auto, you know, automatic transmission for the time being, because I really only need it for, you know, some of the big rigs and stuff, you know, the off-roading stuff. That's where it comes in handy, having the manual transmission in this game. Although I will say that the timing on some of the gear shifting and stuff, you know, sometimes it's a little bit not very good. So there is advantages. Alright, we can go. I guess I could have tied down my load. Probably should have. Probably should have pulled over to tie down the load. Yeah, 90 through here. Not that we'll be doing 90 in this vehicle through here. We could, but it would be very uncomfortable ride. Wow, we got 2 illegal passers in the same section there. Again, it's a little squirrely. Controls are a little squirrely today. Is that a... yeah, that's a tanker up ahead there. So yeah, we're gonna want to give it a little bit extra space here, not get too close. We could, you know, pass, but it would be an illegal pass. But we have to just pass probably the truck ahead of it. Yeah, I don't know why AI driving in this is always very interesting. But the sun's coming up at least. That's a plus. I'm just keeping my eye out to see if I see any of the new vehicles on the road. Specifically, there's a new ambulance. There's a new truck there, and some new trailers for the trucks. Again, most importantly of all, we now see that there is a new, we actually have the capability of doing a nice long road train. Which, in particular, the big benefit of the new road train, I think, is going to be, I was hoping he was gonna, go through the roundabout there. He didn't use the roundy. The advantage of the new, the road trains, I think, are particularly going to be useful with oil delivery. Getting your production up there with the oil delivery. But yeah, speed limits in this game have never made a lot of sense to me. I mean, I say that because, okay, we're going 45 on this road, which, for the type of road that we're talking about, that 90 is the appropriate speed limit for this kind of road, I'd say. Except, when I say kind of road, I mean where it's located in the world. However, we have these bends here, and these bends are definitely 45 kilometer per hour bends. So 90 through here doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, actually 50. Yeah, you could do 50 easily here. 50's a nice, safe speed through here. But the speed limits, the NPCs always go half the speed limit, pretty much, or slower, it seems. So the speed limits are kind of meaningless in that regard. And likewise, they're going the same way we're going. How frustrating. Oh, and I didn't downshift, so yeah, we're having some fun with the acceleration there. Really should have just put it to manual, because I just don't have the mental focus, I guess, to remember to shift in this right now. Although, I said that, but we're going almost 40 through here. So that's something. Here they're going the speed limit. I spoke too soon. We encountered a turn, which means we pretty much have to come to a stop. There we go. We're going around them. My patience wore out. I made it almost 400 meters behind that. Well, I mean, I made it all but 400 meters behind that guy, and then my patience wore out. At last, 400 meters. Okay. So yeah, let's get this delivered, and we can move on. Bigger and better things. Okay. So yeah. We're gonna have fun with vehicle ownership shares for a little while. But at least we've already got some money in, our pockets now. That's nice. You know, I'm wondering if it would have been better. Nah, that would have cost money to teleport. Or wait, does it? I can't remember if it costs money to teleport in this game or not. Right, the speed limit's 40 through here. Glad I'm not in that traffic jam. Oh, it's not really a traffic jam, but... Is that saying... Question... Oh, no, that's not the tanker at all. Oh, never mind then. Okay. But yeah, I think our goal, since, you know, didn't get the coupon, I think our goal today is going to be, can we make enough money to purchase, like, the Longhorn, you know, some form of semi... Camera didn't shift over there. My poor right thumb doesn't have enough, there's not enough, there's too many buttons for my poor little thumb to handle all at once. Oh yeah, this one's 90 and we're going, yeah, we can handle this. No problem. Alright, downhill we go. We do have slower moving traffic ahead. This may or may not be a problem. Yeah, we're gonna slow down. Please turn left. Please turn left. Nope, they're turning right. I mean, it cracks me up because technically in the game, I got distracted by shifting again. Technically what I just did is not illegal, but let's be honest, it's incredibly illegal and incredibly dangerous. So don't do that in real life, everyone. Yeah, as far as jobs in this game, which ones are the most annoying for me personally? Me personally, I'd say it's towing and taxi. I'm fine basically just playing, you know, truck simulator in here. That van has to get up and go in it. Only it didn't practically come to a stop in the turns. There we go. A little jitter there, I noticed with the frame. Too sharp. The only annoying thing is, yeah, we are having to go all the way back. I guess I could have taken a load, and then this would have been profitable. We're just going to treat this as a four-way stop, even though it's not, because otherwise this will just be an absolute disaster. This is one of those intersections that really need to be something done to make them better. There's all sorts of problems with that intersection. It's immediately making me question, why did I set it to 250% traffic in this game? Because that's going to make some stretches just absolutely awful. Particularly when we have a big rig for hauling. Okay. Woohoo! New top speed for this truck. I mean, we're not going to be able to go any faster than this, really, because we'll just overheat. We'll be in the red. And again, you know, you can see just how squirrely this vehicle can be. I mean, if I can only, you know, imagine, you know, just consider this. You know, let's go to first person here. You know, you move the steering wheel over just that amount, and well, that was actually somewhat realistic. But in particular, there are some bits where, good grief, I'm being passed. Yeah, there's just very, you know, just a little touch of the wheel, and all of a sudden you're careening into the, you know, to one of the other lanes. It feels like. And it's not just a case of sensitivity of the controller. I mean, as I said, just look at how little wheel movement there is on this. Which, of course, just means it's incredibly, you know, it's touched the brakes there just to slow us down a bit. It's incredibly hard to just remain going straight in your lane. And I'm just, you know, I had to actually release the, you know, I had to kind of slow down my turn there and stuff. So, if in case you're wondering why, you know, this is a good example of a game that's a driving game where having a steering wheel may not be the best option for you, because honestly, I couldn't imagine doing, you know, driving this truck in particular with a steering wheel. I mean, it just wouldn't work. Alright, 2.7 kilometers to go. Brake. Ooh, there's a getaway job there. Those can be fun. Ooh, forgot. You know, I'm gonna. What is it for? It's like Alt A for automatic. Yeah, auto shift is on. All right, we're gonna just keep auto shift on for now. You know, until I need to start worrying about, you know, some off-road stuff. I'm just gonna keep it on auto shift. No more manual transmission. We have an automatic. Oh! I'm going the wrong way for the taxi job. I didn't pay attention to the... Did not pay attention to the blue line. Just gonna put cruise control on here for a second so that I can drink water. Yeah, I should have taken the cruise control off there. Yeah, it's very tempting to do that one. It should still be there, after we do our taxi job. It should still be there. So yeah, let's go get this taxi job out of the way, and then we'll go back and do that. Although the taxi job may take us who knows where. Again, don't do this in real life, people. Oh joy! Very interesting. We still have an issue with light posts falling over. So supposedly, and there's a good place to check this. I didn't check it, but there's this one section where if you're driving down that road, even if you're not really anywhere near the fence would just break as if you know, while we're here, let's just pop in. I want to take a look at the new truck. The real question is, will I be able to spot which one's the new truck? Let's just get out really quickly here. Where's the Longhorn? This should be it here, right? Yeah, it's going to require level 150. Good grief, that will be a challenge for us. Oh yeah, the other nice thing is now we can actually adjust the saddle. It's now adjustable on the truck, so that, in particular, that's great because it was driving me nuts how with some trucks, it was just way too tight. You couldn't, you know, the trailer wouldn't let you turn because you're pretty much all the way into the trailer. So now with the adjustable saddle, that's no longer a concern. We can move it back, give us better wheel spacing. More clearance. Yeah, this might be a problem. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a problem. We're gonna be okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Problem solved. Problem solved. I mean, this is only a temporary solution. This will only take us so far. We're very much time limited here. We reached the end of our abilities there on that. But it's fine, we get to move over here. Alright, where are they? Are they taking us all the way to, okay. I always get those two mixed up. Are they taking us? Okay, so they're taking us there. Alright, that's fine. I thought they were taking us all the way to the other city. I wasn't looking forward to that. Was not looking forward to. But yeah, they fixed the fence, but apparently we still have some of the street lights falling over at random. Okay, where's our taxi cab? Okay, lights off, off, vehicle. Ooh, this one's white. Alright. So, right, we want to switch this accept passengers to on. Oh, that's a comfort. I mean, that's closest, yeah. That one's quite a drive on it. That one's quite a drive, too. I mean, I'm kind of comfort 5 passengers. Oh, no. All the way to there. Oh, it's comfort urgent, too. Forget that. Everyone's wanting to go down here. I'm half tempted to do this one, but I'm not sure if it's worth it because 19,000. Let's just do this one. Let's just do this one. I mean, if I'm gonna be stuck doing a comfort job, might as well make it a short one. And move on, because taxi cab drives, they can be a lot of fun, they can be a challenge, but when you're starting off, they're just frustrating, it seems. Although, they can be a very good, initial starter. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the other big thing. There's now more police stations throughout the game. Which is... Oh, I went past my turn point. Okay. Just make a little U-ey here. Of course, there is no one, then when you go, there's vehicles. It's like real life. Alright. So yeah, this time we'll make sure to make a left here. And this police officer seems to be fine letting us through. Longest 200 meters ever. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick them up. And you know what I think I might do? I might cheat a little here.
Thank you very much.
I'm thinking... I'm very tempted to just put it on autopilot and take a short little break. And just leave it on autopilot for it. But I don't know, that feels a little too cheaty for my liking. As I said, that just feels a little cheaty. But if we're gonna have to deal with this fun here, my willingness to kind of cheese it is on the increase here. It's always amazing how wide these roads are, too. That's the other funny thing, is that the roads are actually really wide. You know, and that's saying something. I mean, this could easily actually be 4 lanes instead of, you know, 2 lanes, 1 in each direction. It could easily be 2 lanes in each direction. Makes me think they could have widened the shoulder a bit. Oh, it's 60 here. Wow, we're going that fast? That's pretty good. Just thought something funny they could do in this game if they really wanted to. We could have it where there are potholes in the game that change with every update. So now there's a pothole in this road, whereas a pothole over in another road. But that seems like a little bit of a silly thing to do. Alright, I think it's time to initiate cheese. Just because navigating this is going to be a bit of a pain. Yeah, alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it to autopilot. I'm going to take a short little break here. Alrighty, I'm back. Did a little bit of stretching. Problem is I don't want to take it off autopilot right now, because that will just jar the passenger. Whenever you disengage autopilot, or actually it's in particular when you engage autopilot while driving, it would not be a good thing. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's just let it kind of continue here for a bit. Hold on my glasses. There we go. I wish I could pretend I drive this nicely in the game. Okay, we can take off the autopilot there. Alright, yeah, so there's a little bit more play with the steering than I thought. But yeah, autopilot is off if you hadn't noticed. Now I'm actually doing the driving. They're probably thinking, oh, it was so nice that one stretch. Now his driving's gotten a little bit worse there. My passenger's probably very confused by this. $500 meters. By both As the Crow Flies and by the mini-map there. Very interesting. I mean, that shouldn't be. That should not be. That doesn't make sense, because look at all the extra turns. I don't see how those two were in agreement with one another. We have to make a U here at the light. Came out to turn a little late.
Thank you.
Okay. Drive the minibus. You know, surprisingly, I don't mind minibus jobs as much as... Why is there that random marker there? I don't remember placing it. When did I put a random marker there? I should probably take the taxi out of service. I'm a bit too lazy to mess around with the menu, admittedly. But yeah, that's actually, now that I think about it, there's another thing that was added to the game. We now have uniforms for things like police officer, ambulance, and what was the other? The trash service. Yeah, the trash service now has a uniform. Oh, that was turned off. Okay. Was wondering, did I remember to turn something off? I was trying to remember if I turned something off. Alright, yeah, let's just go with the highlighted one there. Okay, so first thing we gotta do, we gotta back up. Open doors. Okay, close doors. An engine that makes a lot more noise than what it actually puts out. I mean, really, this thing sounds like it's gonna die going 30. I think it's that transmission bug. The auto shift doesn't. I've noticed with some vehicles the auto shift can get a little bit confused on what gear to shift to and stuff sometimes, but I've never seen it with like, what is it, 4 or 5 speed? I don't know. I've never seen it with that. I've only seen it with like, you know, the 18 speed.
Hello.
Okay, bus routes. I mean, really, they give you way too much time to get from there to here. I mean, we're supposed to just sit here for 2 seconds, basically, because we're too early. I mean, here's another prime example. It does not take 15 seconds to get here, let alone the amount of time they gave us. I mean, I'm just reduced to a crawl here, and we're still going to be, quote, too early. And let's be honest on something. The way, okay, that truck needs to be towed. That truck needs to be. We're gonna have to see if we can fix that. Because that's just gonna be a road hazard. Alright, everyone, hop in. This bus is full. Interestingly, all the traffic's gone right now. The game really needs is a bumper sticker that on the back that says "How's my driving?" Okay, there we go. We're shifting gears manually because it's way too high on there. Again, over 30 seconds to get, you know, to basically go around the corner. The last one could have benefited from more time, but this one really, yeah, trying to hitchhike from someone driving a bus route, probably not gonna work out for you. And I can easily take like 5 seconds off of that. Yeah, where'd all the traffic go? This is weird. I get the feeling that bus routes will change at some point in the future. Just because of, you know, the fact that it's like, oh, well, schedule has changed on things. I mean, right now, is there really any penalty to being too early or running late? I mean, it just says the schedule has changed. But that doesn't really mean much. See, schedule changed from 41 to 20, you know, from 0041 to 0029. And that doesn't even make sense as far as, yeah, that doesn't make sense to me either, because look at what time of day it is, so... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And I'll be blunt. Very rarely has comfort ever been a concern of the buses I've been on. Okay, gonna turn. I mean, we're pretty much on the home stretch here, right? Bit of a, best hurry up and get on or off with that stop. Yeah, 20 seconds to travel, 90 meters. I mean, we're just even going 18 in a... What is this, a 30? It's gonna get us there way too early. I mean, I know why... I know there's, like, consideration for the fact that there could be traffic on the roads. You know, and in this game, traffic can be a real pain. Especially if you're on, like, some kind of a deadline. Hearing that bell has just given new life to this vehicle. It wants to go. Because we've got people wanting to get off at the next stop. Not that it matters, because we stop at every stop. Once again, this is why I wondered, you know, about future updates to the buses and stuff. Because, you know, the bell for the stop at the next stop doesn't really matter, because we're going to be stopping here regardless. We stop at every stop. Oh, that was the on time?
Hello? Very much.
I'm confused. What? How was that the on time? I thought that was the too early timer. I wasn't even paying attention to that until it was too late. What is going on here? What? Oh, I hit the up arrow instead of shift. Right. A little frame jitter there. A little frame jitter. And now it's raining. I mean, I could have backed in, but...
Hello.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alright. Trying to remember how we pull that up. Nope. Nope. No. Trying to remember how we do that with the controller. Left. No, what is it? What is the control for that again? Why is it? Why is it? Very odd. Very odd. Okay, we're just going to I don't remember how we pull that up, but it is not coming to me. We'll just do it this way. Because we're done. We're done with buses. We are done with buses. Alright. Right, it wants us to find a parking spot to summon our vehicle. Hey, we got 15,000, that's not bad. And we're level 5, that's good. Yeah, I guess this is the closest parking spot. Right. We'll summon the Tesla. Alright, done. Yeah, now it's get driving level up to 7. We're on 5. You know what? I think I saw... back this way. A hitchhiker. Let's try our luck with hitchhikers again. Let's see if we can't get a coupon. Of course, we could also just look at the map. Right button, focus on player. I don't see any hitchhikers on the map. That is weird. That is weird. There should be a hitchhiker icon somewhere. Yeah, there's a hitchhiker there, but it won't let us pick him up. I wonder if these... No? Yeah, they're just not showing up for some reason. Oh, I'd love to tow that vehicle out of the way. I mean, it's in the worst possible spot. But yeah, the best way probably to get to level 7 is just to do a job. Okay. Can we take you now? We can. Excellent. Now we can make some proper money. Right, I forgot the steering on this is sometimes a bit iffy. Turn early, not late. As we'll, do it proper. There we go. That's good enough for a loading dock. Alright. Again, why does this camera angle always have to be like this? We got 2 pallets. Is that to the airport? Yeah, that's to the airport. We can do those. 3 carrots, things like carrots. Yeah, let's just get the 2 pallets. Is there anything else going up in that direction? Not really. I mean, that would have been a load to do, but all right. Let's strap down our cargo here. Okay, we'll get on back in. All right, there we go. Headlights on. Once again, I gotta remember to... Steering seems to have gotten really funky in this game. I don't know if it's changed or if it's just me. I think it's just me, but I'm not positive on that. Paid by the job, not by the hour. Oh, now we get a hitchhiker. Right, I gotta remember this is not my modified vehicle, so it's easier to spin out in this, so let's actually do the speed limit. Ish. Oh no. There we go. Set that to 70 there. Okay, perfect. Oh, up to the 71. Basically floored through here. Full speed ahead. Alright, driving level 6. Now we won't reach 110 before we have to slow down for our turn, will we? Oh no, wait, we're further up than I thought. Okay, yeah, we could have easily reached the 110. Alright. Yeah, some of the most fun in this game is, you know, just being a police officer and just repeatedly nailing your friends with tickets. Even when you don't get paid, you know, for the second one, it's just them getting paid, then a lot of fun. I mean, you know, just to pay the fine. A lot of fun, a lot of fun. Basically, you're just trolling at that point. Okay. Yeah, this time they are different. It says 300 and we got 500 meters on the map. Wow, bus. Wow. That... not smart. Alright, we need to do the right way here. Yeah, I can only imagine how bad it gets on like a massive, you know, server of people. Yeah, this area has always driven me nuts because, so allow me to explain what I mean. Backing up a truck to the loading bay can be an absolute nightmare. Likewise, it has to be this specific spot here. Why isn't it a strip like at with the bus terminal? I mean, we've got multiple bays here. Why is it always this one that you're having to back up to? It just doesn't make the most sense to me. Alright, that's going that way. Let's do it by pay. One thing going that way. That's 4. We can take, what, 2? Oh no, with this we can probably take them all. Anything else going kind of that way? I mean, there is, type things of carrots. We can take, what, 4 of those? And there was also... oh, yeah, there's that one. Probably should have taken that job. Alright, we'll take these. Oh, we only got 3 of them. Alright. Well, that's fine too. Okay, strap. My carrots are strapped down. Okay. Not sure why we're transporting carrots from an airport. That has never made sense to me, but, you know. I mean, we're doing this to get driving level 7, so we might as well also up our trucking level because, you know, the goal is, you know, at this point, I think the more realistic goal is to just get a vehicle of our own before the end of the stream. Which, you know, we've got plenty of time to do that. I just don't see us getting, you know, the required level to get, like, some of the big rigs. Don't mind me. You know, it's amazing how... Ooh, boy. Sorry, mate. This is why you don't do what I'm doing. I was just thinking how it's amazing how the little truck can fit inside the big truck. That car could probably fit inside the back of my truck. I could fit on him. Absolute maniac here. Absolute crazy driving. But these carrots have to get to their destination. Is that you know, the payout for the cargo. Oh shoot, I only strapped on half my cargo. Oh. Well, that's not really a problem, I suppose. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. I keep getting the feeling that this could be a problem. I'm just seeing all the red flags. They're saying, yeah, you're gonna flip and it's gonna go flying. Yeah, let's pull over and fix that. It's gonna bother me. Strap. Oh, okay, we got to do both of them at the same time. Okay. Okay, we can get over in time. Wow, he sped up on me there. To be fair, I didn't signal, I guess, so... But yeah, the economy's always felt kind of backwards in this game because... So... Hello! Yeah, the economy's always felt kind of backwards in this because it you know... Ooh, boy. Right, forgot about road conditions. I swear they've made it more spinny-outy since the last time I played. Oh dear. We may have to switch to, oh, wait a minute, why is it not shifting up there? It should be shifting up there at that. Did I accidentally turn on manual transmission? Never. We will never get out and push it. Alright, there we go. I love how now someone's decided to show up and chat with me here, and now I'm driving like an absolute maniac, doing terrible. You've missed, like, 2 hours of good driving. But yeah, the economy just feels kind of backwards because it's built on, you know, so because the, you know, payout is so high for the cargo you deliver, what ends up happening is they decide, okay, well, it's way too overpowered for, you know, a massive truck to deliver a lot of cargo, so we gotta include, you know, payment scaling, and stuff. I mean, I understand why payment scaling's in the game, and I understand why it's kind of, quote, needed, but all we really had to do was lower the pay out for the cargo. And the reason why the developer doesn't do that is because it would make it too grindy to get a nice, you know, to buy your own vehicles and stuff. But at the same time, isn't that why we have the loan system? So that's why it's always felt a little backwards. Good grief. Okay, I had nothing to do with that one. Yeah, that one wasn't on me, what we just saw. But yeah, I just feel like it would be wiser to adjust, you know, I think it would be wiser to say, you know what, let's get rid of the payment scaling system for what type of vehicle is transporting the cargo, and instead just focus on, you know, improving the financial system, you know, to a more realistic perspective, because it just drives me nuts, the idea that, you know, you go to deliver cargo, and when you go to deliver the cargo, they basically say, oh, wait, what type of vehicle did you use to transport this to us? Oh, I used this vehicle. Oh, well, we're going to pay you less. What? Well, you drove a bigger vehicle, you know. I mean, we're going to pay you less. It doesn't make sense. You know, once again, I understand from the mechanics perspective why it is the way it is. It's just that I feel like there was a much better way that we could have, you know, could have gone about doing it and stuff. You know, just lower the base payout so that, you know, driving, you know, more vehicle, you know, in the case of more trailers and larger trailers and stuff, you know, just doesn't pay out. There's, you know, there's no need to lower the payout because you drove, you know, you transport stuff more efficiently. I mean, that's the thing that gets me, is in real life, you know, we'd be rewarding someone for a more efficient transport of goods rather than penalizing them. It's kind of a thing. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you still make more money with it, but this is where it comes into play, where, you know, the game, I'm not going to say accurately, but it attempts to, you know, it does model the fact that, yes, driving that bigger vehicle, you have more costs involved. Your operating costs are higher. And that's kind of the penalty of doing it, but you're still more efficient. You know, it's just kind of an odd thing how all this comes together, always. My first delivery is here, huh? Interesting. I think that's probably the carrots, right? It's gotta be the carrots that's the first delivery. Do I need gas? No, I've got plenty of fuel. Ooh. Yeah, once again, the turning timing on these vehicles, you know, they... Okay, wait for the wheel to be fully turned, and then you can go. But yeah, the other thing, I've been trying to check out kind of some of the new... You know, I decided to create a new character for this, since, you know, we got the update here. Oh, it wasn't the carrots. I thought it wasn't the carrots. But it should have been the carrots. Yeah, we'll just back out, actually. I'm not going to attempt it today. I'm a little distracted. Distracted driving's dangerous, everyone. Yeah, I was hoping to take a look at, you know, the whole update with the coupons for transporting and no coupon yet. I'm not sure what the exact details are on when they do and don't give a coupon and stuff. It could be that it's after a certain level that they start doing it, or it could have just been, you know, when I was doing it with the new character. I guess I could hop into another character I have and see if I can get a coupon that way. I probably should consider doing that. Yeah, I'll stop. Well, don't take forever with it now. There we go. Alright, so yeah, now it's giving us the visit dealership one. So we hit level 7 for character. So yeah, we'll just drop this off, and then we'll head on over to the dealership there. I know there's a new vehicle there. Might as well take the truck. I mean, no sense in me changing vehicles just to go to the dealership. Because I was waiting for this with the new character here, just to check out. I've already looked at the I think the bighorn, or is it the longhorn? I'm trying to remember what they're calling it. I think it's probably longhorn they're calling it. Yeah, it's like level 150 trucking. That's a fancy whip. Oh, I mean, red. Interesting color for a reddish orange. Oop, I almost hit Grandpa. Yeah, that's an odd color for a limo. It stands out. It stands out. Okay, let's see. Do they have the new... I'm trying to remember what all the new vehicles are. Yeah, visit bank. Again, the bank is just this kind of underutilized thing. Yeah, we have a new van, I know that. And I think it was the van that was available here, but let me just take a look here. There's, I think there was some other... Is this one electric, or... I don't remember this one. Admittedly, I don't know a lot of the cars in the game. You know, I know the trucks better than I know the cars, is what I'm trying to say. Because one of them I drive more. Alright, let's try and get ourselves turned around here. Really, I should get a scooty there. That'll make it easier for these short jobs like what I'm doing now. Traffic. It's always where you don't want it. Still, I have to say, no truer words were ever spoken than the fact that we always talk about traffic as if we're not part of the problem. If you're in traffic, you are traffic. You're someone else's traffic. But yeah, you know, part of the thing with the quest thing here is I don't know why they bother sending us to the dealership when they do and have us buy a vehicle, because it's probably not going to be very useful, the vehicle. I mean, you know, the first vehicle you're going to want to get is probably not at that dealership, you know? If you're wanting to be economical about it and, you know, stuff, yeah, you'll want to head to the truck dealership and get a truck of some kind. I mean, the pickup's actually pretty good, to be fair. Mostly because of the whole payment scaling thing. Yeah, here's what we can really afford. Okay, I'm bad with traffic. It's always the last, like, 200 or 400 meters where I finally say, that's it, I'm passing. Alright. The money bank. I mean, there are food banks, to be fair. Alright, we got that checked off. Now we can ignore the buy vehicle for a while. We'll wait for that one. There we go. We're on track now. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to a road train. The problem is that the road train is going to be most useful for oil delivery. I mean, that's pretty much that, and maybe the sunflower seed. Sunflower seeds, you know, pay pretty well and stuff. That's always felt a little kind of an odd choice and a little overpowered, that farm. It's just, you transport so many. Oh, there's a hitchhiker. Yeah, we'll do it in the ever save, I think. I'll do it in, you know, another character there and save. Yep, we're just gonna switch around there. Don't mind me. But yeah, once again, getting back kind of the payment scaling and the concern over the game becoming, you know, too grindy and stuff. I mean, I think a lot of people would say that this game already is grindy, and that's kind of the point of the game is, you know, it's not the destination, it's the journey, so therefore you shouldn't mind the grind if you're going to play this game. And there's probably a little bit of truth to that. I'm not going to say I agree with it, even though I'm the one who just said it, but... let's see where this guy's wanting to go. Oh yeah, we'll take you there. I'll take you there. Yeah, set the camera there. Again, hitchhikers don't get the luxury of comfort levels in this. Oop. I messed that up. I was thinking about what I was going to say rather than thinking about my driving. This is a better alignment anyways. You know, everyone wants the backup beeping noise. Well, that's on the way. But let's just not take the first thing we see here. That just doesn't make sense. Although we could pair it. Yeah, let's do it this way. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Again, it's not a great load. We could have definitely taken the smaller truck, and I probably should have taken the smaller vehicle, but we already picked up a hitchhiker, so yeah, doesn't quite work. Get the little cheeky tomatoes hiding behind the pallet there. Oh, right. There we go. There we go. On our way again. So yeah, you gotta go 400 meters. were a little off because I got a little... I was concerned I was going to take the corner too quickly, and so I overcorrected. It would have been fine, that's the worst of it.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Yeah, no coupon. No coupon. Oh, that vehicle's driving me nuts there. It needs to be towed. But yeah, it's nice to see, you know, something actually making hitchhikers, you know, of value in this game to take somewhere. Because, yeah, I mean, we don't expect them necessarily to pay because that's basically taxi service there. But at the same time, you know, the quote goodwill doesn't really do anything for us in this game. So yeah, it's nice to see that there's a potential for a reward out there. I'm just not certain what the circumstances of it are. It might be that you actually have to have used the towing service in order to get it. That might be the secret here. Yeah, we should be able to make it. Not the prettiest pass, but you know. There we go. We're gonna have some soggy tomatoes, though. There's gonna be some soggy tomatoes. Then again, maybe it's washing off the pesticides. Hello! Welcome to the stream. By stream, I mean the fact that this road is turning into a stream. Yeah, we're gonna have to stop. Okay, we're good. Yeah, okay. Why is it whenever someone shows up into the chat, that's when I start driving really badly and end up off the road? It happens every time now. Every time in this game. Someone says something in the chat. There I go. Off-road. Little adventure. Okay. Not exactly new, no. I've started a new character here for this since this is the first live stream. Since you're watching on YouTube, you can see that I've got some, already got some videos on my channel. At least I think these went out on my channel. Yeah, those ones went out on my channel. I've got, I'm not sure how much game time I have, really. But yeah, I picked this up a couple months ago and stuff, and played a little bit too much of it. But yeah, so far this has been a prime example of why it's important to not text and drive in real life and stuff. Oh, I did get... Okay, so I did get the... Let's tow to nearest road. I did get the coupon. So we did get the coupon in the update. I just now noticed it said it in the chat there, but I didn't see it on the reward screen. Did I miss it? Well, I haven't really managed to interact with a lot of this stuff, but there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to. For example, just park here for a second and pull up the chat there. You know, for one thing, you know, the tow to nearest road, you know, coupon is a huge deal in my opinion. And that was the first one we got, yeah. So I think that's a pretty good thing to have there. The other thing that I'm looking forward to is the road train capability, even though it's going to be kind of limited in how we can use it, I think. This is the... Okay, there it is, yeah. Never actually, you know, I've never actually delivered to this store, I don't think. No, wait, I have. I have delivered here once. Had to really think back there. The other thing, the uniforms and what they unlock for us is pretty, cool as well. In particular, I'm kind of looking forward to, like, the search and rescue aspect to a degree. I think that's pretty cool. As well as having a Brutus version of an ambulance. I mean, that thing looked like a beast. You know, I haven't actually seen it in game yet, but yeah, the Brutus ambulance is pretty impressive. I just am kind of dreading the idea of driving all that way for, you know, an ambulance, you know, for a medical call out and stuff in it. But the other big thing I'd say with that, you know, just the key thing is the uniforms with the trash service. I think that's going to make things a lot easier. I mean, those are the things that kind of stood out to me with the update. You know, there was quite a bit in this update as well. There we go, we're at 27,000. What are your thoughts on the new update? Not sure how much, you know, everyone's had, you know, to play around with it yet. Of course, it was available for the, you know, kind of the beta, you know, the dev build and stuff. So everyone got to, you know, enjoy it there while it was being worked on. But I prefer to wait for the actual release, just because of stability reasons and the fact that I actually do make content from this game. Admittedly, there hasn't been a lot of content going out, period, lately, but that's due to some life events that are outside of my control. That and the weather. The weather's been a big impact. You know, it's just been one thing after another, it feels like. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. You know, I'm starting to think I should have probably just stayed up there and went to the little cargo place up there. And got something there rather than heading towards the airport. Yes, that's right, the taxi license for motorcycle. Now, to me, that seems a little bit odd, but it certainly makes it interesting. I mean, that right there is perfect for your urgent, you know, taxi service. I think it automatically is a disqualifier for comfort, personally. No comfort for riding on the back of the motorcycle there while the person's just zipping through, you know, traffic there. So yeah, that yeah. As I said, it's a bit of an odd one. It is a bit of an odd one. I've mostly spent my time in the game thus far kind of complaining about the economy with, you know... Oops, a little too early. Specifically, I've never liked the payment scaling feature in this game. I've never liked the payment scaling feature. Partly because, you know, I feel like there was an easier way it could have been handled. You know, to, you know, simply lower the base pay, and then you don't need payment scaling in this game. For the vehicles. And I know the reason is they don't want to make it too grindy with the low payout for you know, for you know, delivering cargo and stuff. But that's why we have the bank, and that's why we have loans, you know. So, how big of a job do I want to do? That's kind of the question right now. How big of a job do I want to take? I mean, none of these are really going to maximize, that was probably the easier job, but let's just go for this one. And is there anything past that point? Yeah, we'll just take this. We'll just take this. This is fine. But yeah, I mean, if you lower the base pay in the game, you'll, you know, it makes the banks more useful, because I have never taken a loan out in the game. I've never needed to take a loan out in the game because it's too, you know, making money is easy enough. Yeah, so lower the base pay, then I'll be, you know, more tempted to take out a loan and pay the interest on the loan and stuff. Oh yeah, the other thing that was added in the game that, in particular, I think was a pretty big deal, even though it may not seem it right away, you know, the police stations. You know, we now have more police stations on the map. I think that's going to make things a little bit better. I mean, they added how many? You know, let's just pull over and take a look at the map. Let's pull up the map here for a second. How many? Where did they add the police stations again? They added one. Where was it? Yeah, they added one in Gappa. I mean, technically, there's two added there, two icons, and then we have, yeah. It is kind of odd now that I think about that there isn't one kind of just out in the middle of nowhere there. But yeah, they added some police stations, which I don't think the one in I don't think the one in Seongsang was there. I can't remember where they were. I think it wasn't it just like 2 or 3 that were in the map? Alright. Here's the bit where we get a little dizzy. The question I always end up having is, how long is it before they say, you know, we just gotta redo the entire map? Yeah. Because that's gonna be a big undertaking. I mean, it will probably happen someday, or at least they'll introduce a new map, and then that will become the new, you know, default and stuff. I mean, something like that's probably gonna happen. It's just the way, you know, game development goes. You know, eventually you outgrow you know, the layout of your map, or you improve as a game developer to where the map, you can do a much better job, and you know, you just look at your map and you think this isn't good enough, and so you set out to make the map better, and there you you go. You got a new map, and eventually you end up wanting to retire the old map. Of course, that's when you have some, you know, diehard members of your game's community that are like, don't get rid of the old map, I love it. It's so much better than your new map, and you just fundamentally disagree with them. And I feel like I'm getting into kind of some personal experience with this now. This is just me reliving traumas. Okay, we're getting. You know you're getting to the top of the mountain when you start seeing the snow layer. Truth be told, that's another, you know, I mean, there's so many things that I would like to see added to this game that, you know, it's just my personal taste. I don't think they're necessarily good ideas. But, you know, one of the things that routinely I find myself saying is that, maybe add, you know, maybe have the option of seasons and stuff. You know, you can have a fixed, you know, you can have it where it's a fixed season, or, you know, you have, you know, actual season changes. And with that comes changes in, you know, what's available and what's in demand and stuff. It would be kind of neat if you could purchase cargo and store it in, like, warehouses. And then you have a whole supply and demand element going on there where, oh boy, should have put my chains on. Yeah, there's a whole element where, you know, so during winter, carrots not so available, so therefore, if you have carrots that you've stored in, like, freezer in your warehouse and stuff, they're going to be worth a lot more. Alright, there we go. That's 30,000. Kind of wondering. I'll pull up the map, actually. I'm kind of wondering, where do I want to go from here? What do I want to do? I haven't been over to the trailer, store yet. Would be kind of nice to check out the new, trailers. Where is that again? I know it's in here somewhere. I mean, isn't it past... Oh. Wait, no, where is it? Oh, yeah, there it is. It's down here, that's right. Be kind of a pain to go there now. We'll have to take a delivery. Maybe that takes us over into that area. Mayhaps. Mayhaps not. I think we'll take a break, actually. Yeah, we'll take a quick little, cheeky little break.
I'm trying to give a horseradish to someone.
Why would you do that? Are you trying to get them to hate you?
No, they asked for one.
Oh, they did? Why would anyone
gave
ask
me a
for a
quest.
horseradish?
They're making a soup.
Ah, really nasty soup.
All right, hold on here. What do you have something
I
against
don't like
horseradish?
horseradish.
I feel like this is a personal grudge against horseradish.
Specifically, yes.
All right, I guess I'm just going to
What
bed.
did it ever do to you, huh?
What did horseradish
hurt
do to
me
you?
once. I was hurt once by horseradish.
No, it was a horse named Radish.
Yeah, exactly. Got kicked in the head.
That explains so much.
Hey, are you trying to insinuate something?
I'm not insinuating. I'm flat out saying it.
I see. Well, I can't be upset about that then.
Oh.
Have you been giving away money?
No, I've just been really inefficient. It's
Okay.
but that's about the same thing, isn't it?
Bring me my rice cakes. And why haven't I had a
31.
break yet? I think the union
You
has to
don't
hear
get a
about
break.
this.
Okay,
don't
you want
get
a
a
break?
break.
I'll break you.
You don't get a break.
He used the B word here in this supermarket. No.
Yeah.
I need
We will
the
open and
toilet.
close.
Poop in your pants, sir. You don't get a. You don't.
Oh,
Is
hold on, wait.
this-
Do you
is
want to know
this
where
why
the?
my manager
Okay. Do you
wears
want to
an
know where
adult
the?
diaper?
Do you want to know? Well, who's your manager? Choose
Raise
those
the price of
words
the
very
podcast, going
carefully.
way too quickly.
I am my own manager.
I am my own
Someone take it.
manager. Keep telling yourself that.
I keep giving away money by mistake.
Well,
You better not be.
stop doing that. Stop doing that.
There. Okay, go.
My line's getting shorter. Yours is getting longer.
don't
What's
know
going
why.
on over there?
People like me more. They like my no-nonsense
No.
attitude.
No. They know that you give away money.
Hey, last time this guy
That's
gave me
not-
a hundo.
Whoops.
I'm just trying to restock as quickly
You know, we
as
still didn't
possible.
get the lighting fixture.
Nope, we did not.
Well, there's always tomorrow.
Oh,
Until there
but
isn't.
I like working in the dark. It keeps me awake and fumbling.
Oh, I gotta get the pasta. It's outside. Let's go. Move.
Okay.
Move your ass.
We need
People.
street lights at the very least. We should talk to the city about this because it's
No.
getting
They'll
way
increase our
dark.
taxes. They will increase our taxes. I will not. I'm not paying for people's lighting.
Yeah, if I don't want to have to pay to supply it myself.
I'm not paying for it in my
Oh,
own store.
no.
Why would I pay for it to light the streets?
Okay, I'm gonna just call the electrician. We'll get this figured out.
I mean, who cares if that mugger mugs that old lady as long as they buy their groceries here?
I see how it is.
As long as the money ends up in my till, who cares?
Seriously.
Well, now I know
Right.
what I need to do. I need to make enough money to become Batman.
Oh, is that what you need? You want to be
Yes,
Batman?
because obviously the
works.
city needs me.
It needs you, huh?
Yes, it needs me. Like any town needs a man wearing a cape who's probably gonna get himself
I'm wearing
killed.
their underwear on the wrong side.
It's an aesthetic choice.
It's an aesthetic choice, you mean?
Alright, we're slowly making our way down the mountain, damaging the truck in the progress, in the process there, but that's to be expected. Really, I don't think this bend was needed. This could have been a straight section. They just really wanted to make a massive switchback. No oversteer there. Yeah, I can't wait to be able to make my upgrades and stuff to the new, to the vehicles and stuff. That will be most wonderful. So yeah, we're gonna probably get one more delivery in, and then I might call it a little early today. Simply because I doubt we'll have time to make another. It depends on how long of a delivery it is. I mean, we've mostly just been doing these short ones, but we might take one to the continent. I mean, I know how everyone calls it the Big Island. No, right now that's a continent. This is an island. When there's a bigger land mass than that, then it will be an island. But until then, it's a continent. Probably making everyone A little nervous on the road here. Excuse me, just gonna cut in line there. Well, we haven't done a tow job yet, have we? Yeah, let's make a right here. Get down to the main road area. I'm gonna double check something on the map. Do, 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 do. Where did I pop out? Oh, yeah. So I am actually closer than I thought there. All right. Yeah. I was about where I thought I was. Oh, I should have just paid attention to the, the text at the bottom of the screen there. I really need the backup sound. It's just not the same. Alright. Let's see. What deliveries do we have? Because maybe we can take a nice long one. It's worth it to us. 5 bottles. 5 things of oranges. I mean, I might as well just switch to the other truck then, if I'm going to do such a job. Alright. You're not going to be as squirrely as you were last time, right? Right? You're not going to be squirrely on me. Okay. Sort by pay. Load. Anything else kind of heading out that way that we can... That's small. Not really. Alright. Oh. Secure load. Alright, we're good to go. Make way for bigger truck. Could have also done some some like local deliveries, I guess. Because those are quick and pay well. If there's time afterwards, we'll do that. If there's time afterwards, although we'll be on the other side of the map. But, well, for 300, I think it is, we can teleport. That's not a bad deal. Yeah, we'll do first person for a bit here. We'll just try and do this quickly, I guess. We'll just try and do this as quickly as possible. Yeah, I think third person's going to be better than if we're going to be driving, Yeah, I mean 105 might be excessive for this road. It's probably fine. Losing a little bit of control there. The road's surprisingly clear here. Yeah, we gotta watch it in time. Also, is that a police car or not? It looks like it. No, that's not. What time? Yeah, we're making good time. We're making good time on this job. Again, gotta watch engine temperature here. It's only a four-speed transmission. Well, in reverse, obviously. Meaning this is about as fast as we're gonna get going. There we go. We'll lock it in at 120. The most peaceful part so far. Having 120 kilometers down a bridge at night. With little traffic. Yeah, I suppose that's actually the big thing I'd like to see in the game is, you know, some rush hour moments. PC's having kind of more of a schedule. Oh, it's because I switched over. I didn't tap it twice. Switched to autopilot. That's never any good. It should be 90 through here, but this turn can be a bit of a pain at 90. Okay. Yeah, we're making great time on this run. Okay. Oh, we're at the part where it's wanting to create a company. Excellent. Yeah, companies are a whole nother kettle of fish in this game. Specifically, the issue I have is with the companies versus the corporations. I feel like there's a lot of room for improvement there. To it's not that it's enhancement improvement. Not completely redoing improvement. There's some tweaks that need to be made. Specifically, I think it would be neat if the money that a corporation makes could in turn be paid out to those who have like shares within the company. And specifically, then you could have it where you have a private corporation and a public corporation, where the private corporation is controlled by a couple of players in multiplayer. Whereas the public corporation is available to everyone to essentially buy shares and stuff and gain some net profit. So the buying of the shares is a way of directly injecting money into the corporation by the players. And of course, supply and demand is a thing with the corporate shares for it. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll just let it spin out there. But yeah, I think that's something that could be done that would be quite interesting. In turn, as a shareholder, you get, a percentage of the profits, from every day and stuff, so, if there's like 100 shares and each, person owns one share, then you're in a situation where, if the company only makes, 100, you just gain one because of your one share and stuff. Likewise, if the company makes 10,000, congratulations, you got 100. So a single share isn't necessarily going to net you a bunch of money. Of course, they could have non-player controlled corporations as well in that, but I like the idea of a completely player-managed economy over something that's got more infrastructure in place and stuff. Personally. Dude, it's 40. Red needle. I mean, there's no consistency in maintaining speed by the NPCs. Again, it's always within like the last 400 meters that I just lose patience. I do so well up until that point. Alright, there's some more money for the coffers. That's a long drive. I mean, we've got 20 minutes, but I'm not sure what I can really accomplish in 20 minutes here. So I think we'll just end it early, honestly, because I've got some things I have to do today. So yeah, we'll call it here. Adventorizon Live, I don't know if it's going on tomorrow or not. There's some scheduling issues. We'll see if Adventorizon Live happens. If it does happen, it should be Goblin Cleanup we'll be playing, since it is out today. Again, there were some scheduling issues because it should have technically come out, Friday, but they originally was going to come out on Friday, then they pushed the date back, and I'm glad they did because we were having some issues with that. But then they set for Thursday instead of Friday for the release. So yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be doing Adventorizon Live this week or not. But if so, it should be Goblin Cleanup. And I'm quite excited for that. Hopefully it will happen. It's not in my control. It's Josh and Cat's schedule that is kind of the iffy thing here. So we shall see. We shall see. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. So yeah, if Adventure Horizon Live happens, it will be tomorrow at roughly 9 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, those two were supposed to start at 9. It will probably be closer to 9:30 because that's how that typically ends up happening when they're in the mix. But it's all right. Yeah, it's fine. We're really casual about that here at Adventure Horizon. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you the next time. If Adventure Horizon doesn't live happen, we should be doing Minecraft on Saturday. Yeah, I should be doing Minecraft on Saturday. So yeah, have a great day, everyone.
Headed to second floor.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that.
Suspect is unconscious. Suspect is now been apprehended.
Are you kidding me? You went right over the hole.